Sunny Baltimore, end of August. If you're a young lacrosse player out there and you want to get recruited, or if you're just a lacrosse fan and you want to understand the landscape of college recruiting, this edit is for you. I mentioned the timing. This is the only gap period in lacrosse throughout the entire calendar, meaning there are 2 weeks where there's no pro lacrosse, indoor or outdoor, there's no college lacrosse going on, there's no high school, there's no club, no lacrosse, except on this YouTube channel.
Let's go.
Let's go. Lacrosse. And while we all get a chance to breathe, because this gap period's living, we want to use this video as a segue to talk about what you need to find and do from club to high school to college, and use our professional experience having done the recruiting process to explain. Hold on a second.
What are you doing?
B-Rob, you know my travel schedule's been hectic. I don't get to make it to Baltimore too often to meet with our team, but our team's in the office and I want to schedule a meeting. We communicate on this app called Band. There it is. Let's get out of the sun. All right, the gang's upstairs. We're gonna call on Mick and Andrew to join me and B-Rob in this meeting. Here's the app. Oh, notice this is the back screen. So I like to keep Party and Business in the back. Netflix, HBO, NBC Gold, WWE, Band. Let's go. Here is our group, the Rabil events team, it is well. So I'm gonna start a post. Boom. I don't even think they know what this is about, but we're about to dissect how to get recruited, how many scholarships are out there, if you have a chance to get a scholarship, and then what to do with that scholarship. Kick some ass. Well, right there. What's up, boys? How we doing? Let's go!
Let's go.
Let's go! Did you guys get my band post? Ready to go in 15?
Let's do it.
All right. 15 we got. I'm gonna set the agenda. Back into the app. Before our meetings, depending on who's leading it, we'll go in there and set an agenda. I'm calling this meeting. I'm going to make the agenda. We're gonna start with college info, scholarship, designation, how to get recruited. Allow anyone to add, attach it to the agenda. Those are our meeting notes. Let's go. Guys, you ready yet? What do you do during the day?
I don't really know. Just a spreadsheet opens and I just am consumed by it.
What do you do at night?
Like overnight.
God damn it, Kyle.
Kyle, you good?
Kyle, you're interrupting the vlog.
That's fine. I'm gonna throw your coffee out the window. Let's be on the ground on the pavement out here, all over the road.
We're gonna have Kyle join this meeting for a couple of reasons. One, he's the head of a defensive academy and he's kicking ass for us. But two, he knows a lot about recruiting, especially at the Division III level. Few people know. He was an attackman in high school, got recruited to play attack at Salisbury. Couldn't put the ball in the net, so they brought him to the DN. Now he's an all-world defender. Let's go. He hates throwing deals, loves wasting water. Let's go!
Let us go!
Watch this. Hey, throw a deal.
I can't, my hands are full. I got to throw a cold brew deal. All three of these are for me, by the way. Every single one.
Hartzell, get in net. Watch this, I'm going to absolutely shell him.
Whoa.
Look at this snipe. First snipe of the day. Let's go! Boom.
Oh! Big save.
That was going far side
And
cheese.
that hurt my knee. Did you get that?
Rewind the tape, I did it first.
We're missing a couple.
Andrew's got the best shirt.
In the room.
Cabana Friday.
Shout out Cabana Bob. Alright, here we go. Agenda item number 1, Andrew's gonna lead us. We think it's really important that the entire market is informed on how many universities from D1, 2, and 3 are out there recruiting you, so you know a total number. That's important and often not discussed. Andrew, D1.
There are 73 Division I teams.
D2.
72 Division
Whoa. My guess is this is the first year where there's been more D1 than D2 schools. Can you fact check that?
Per old Wikipedia's, in 2015, there were more Division II than Division I teams.
You're getting your information from Wikipedia? Andrew, D3.
Let's go!
Why'd you say let's go?
Salisbury, let's go! Lost national championship.
Go Hop.
Took a tough L.
Go
Terps.
Shut it off.
Go
Shut
Terps,
it off.
Maryland.
Go Hop.
What's the Salisbury mascot?
No one knows. No one knows.
The seagull. The fearsome seagull.
My brain's hurting right now.
Who would win in a fight, a seagull or a blue jay?
Kyle,
Stop.
how many Division III programs?
243.
Whoa! Woo! Dominant. So this is the total number of college choices at the Division NCAA level. Now, of course, there's MCLA, which produces great talent. How many MCLA teams?
I don't know that.
Answer. All right, we'll come back to that. Mick, you're the smartest one here. What's the total?
388.
That's correct. So if you're a parent out there, if you're a young player looking to play college lacrosse at the NCAA Division 1, 2, or 3 level, there are 388 choices for you out there. It's pretty good, pretty good. Andrew, got a result on that MCLA yet?
There's 2 divisions. In Division 1, there are 85 teams. And in Division 2, there are 94 teams.
Wow. Mick, what's the math?
179.
179, that is correct. So, between the two, Mick, what's the total college opportunity to play lacrosse at the men's level?
567.
567, that is correct. So, let's not think Division 1, 2, and 3 makes up the lion's share of college lacrosse. MCLA is just as great. If you want to play college lacrosse at the men's level, women's video coming soon. 567. That's a lot of choices.
So what is the total number on a roster usually?
Great question. Andrew, per team.
At the Division 1 level, 39 players per roster.
D1. Andrew?
29.
Wow. So fewer spots at the D2, D3 level, almost 40 at the Division 1 level. Mick, can we do some fast math? If we multiply 73 times 39 roster spots in the D2, D3 all the way through MCLA, D1 and 2 times 29, what's our total?
17,173.
That is correct. So you all know out there are 567 teams after to recruit you, and there is a total of 17,173 roster spots available, not scholarship included. But that's a lot. Looks pretty good for all of us out there.
Good.
It looked pretty good for Kyle. Barely, but good. Not great, but good.
Chances weren't the best for me because they just weren't great.
One more thing before we move to agenda item number 2. This is the total roster, including MCLA. If we go from D1 to 3 roster spots, Mick, what's the total number?
11,982.
That's correct. So, these numbers will come into play as we move forward in this video. To scholarships. This is where the rubber meets the road. Everyone wants one, but there's not enough out there for all of us. Right now, we're going to talk about Division 1 versus Division 2 and Division 3. I'll kick this off. Division 3, while it embodies the most amount of teams and most amount of roster spots, if you're out there and they have great programs like even Salisbury, there are $0 per team. Division 1, there are 12.6 scholarships available. D2, they have 10.8 available per team. Now, Mick, can we talk about the 2 types of scholarships?
So the one you're probably used to is called a head count sport. That's football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, and those are full rides for each individual player in a fully funded program. Lacrosse and all other sports use an equivalency method where they have a full amount of dollars for each scholarship that can be divvied amongst as many players as the team would like to divvy amongst.
So, the big difference between a head count and an equivalency scholarship. Equivalency is for lacrosse, where we can take that 12.6 and cut it up however we want. Spread it out through the team, or if we want to, allocate a full ride to one of the 39 players, which would then take you down to 11.6 available to the rest of the team. Last thing I want to say, if you're looking to get a bite of the 12.6, keep in mind, if you're going to be an incoming freshman, what's available of this 12.6 is what has just been left by that departing senior class. Sounds complicated, because it is.
That's why we're explaining it.
That's why we're explaining it. B-Rob, lacrosse. So hopefully that helps. Now, let's do some more math. Let's shave off D3 from this number. 243 times 29. Mick!
4,935.
Boom. That's correct.
I have crossbows.
Now, with that math execution, if you're a part of this lucky 4,935 roster spots in Division 1 and 2, you might be eligible for a sliver of one of these scholarships. Equivalency scholarships. And you might get nothing like Kyle.
I got a lot actually, just under the rug.
Final agenda item.
Tough.
Kyle, how good are your hands? How was it?
I got crossbows.
I got coffee and spray. Now to the recent legislation. Over the past decade, there's been a massive push into early recruiting. Those scholarships become scarce. College coaches want to secure the talent that's out there. I'll tell you what, these kids now are really, really good. Would you agree?
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
We've seen participation in lacrosse grow, as has the skill level.
Ooh, man, it's tough.
It's tough. What we saw was a trickle-down effect where younger kids and families were getting pressured to make commitments at an early age as their skill level increased because of the few scholarships available. Now, we had 8th graders committing. When we were growing up, we committed on National Signing Day, which was in the fall of your senior year. I took all 5 of my official visits. Most of you out there may not even know what an official visit is, but you will now with the latest legislation, which means until September 1 of your junior year, you cannot receive an offer from a coach directly, from your club coach, from your rec coach. You are hands off until then. We think that's awesome. The caveat is that if you have already made an early commit, say you're an 8th grader out there watching the channel, lacrosse, that commitment gets what we call grandfathered through, meaning it gets honored. But remember, it's only a verbal commitment. Impact that this has on the sport, gentlemen?
I think it allows parents the biggest thing to calm down, because I know when I coached high school, parents were freaking out. I also think, the summer circuit kids playing club lacrosse, there's more time for development.
Andrew, what do you got?
I think it benefits the kids too. Colleges are fun to visit, and it helps them make a decision, take the pressure off, finding out where they want to go.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot. It was a great experience from your junior year receiving letters to your senior year fielding calls from coaches. Mick.
Less pressure to sports specialize at an early age.
Love that. We're all multi-sport athletes in the room. I played basketball, soccer, track and field. Hartzell played soccer. What else?
Just soccer, lacrosse.
Soccer, lacrosse. Didn't you skate?
Skateboarded, yeah, skateboarded.
Here's our secret sauce. Number 1, practice. I know it seems very obvious, as it should be, but this practice has got to be individual practice. It's different than what you do with your team. I'll give you an example. When we do shooting drills, whether I'm at Hopkins or playing professionally, we take on average 10 shots per player. 10 shots ain't gonna cut it to get you to the level where you want to be. Number 2, Mick, take it away.
You have to achieve academically. If you do not take care of your grades, it's going to be challenging to get into those schools.
The first thing that they ask you and your parents, what is your GPA? To Mick's point, a prime indicator to knowing if you're a well-rounded student, you put the work on the field equally to what you do off the field and achieve. That's critical. Number 3, Kyle.
Playing on a team, whether that's rec or club.
Might sound obvious as the first 2, but you gotta play on a team to develop field IQ, develop relationships, and we encourage rec and or club. If you're talented, people will find out about you. Talent comes here, execution there. Number 4, Andrew.
You got to initiate contact with the programs you're hoping to be recruited by and colleges you're hoping to attend.
That's exactly right. We get asked the question all the time. How do I get in front of a coach? How are they gonna find me? There are 3 ways you can do that. 1, write an email to your coach. Their email addresses are online. Go to the school's website, find it, and write them. 2, send tape in. This is an old school word for what we're knowing now as a recruiting video. Number 3, attend events. Events that I went to when I was younger, Blue Chip, Top 205, Champ Camp. There are tournaments you can play on with your rec or club team where you get in front of college coaches. That's when you want to be at your best. 2 tips that I've heard from great college coaches. If you write them an email, make sure that you have good email structure, the grammar's on point, and you have pleasantries. If you're sending a recruiting video, don't save your best highlights for the end. On average, these coaches just watch the first 30 to 60 seconds, so jam-pack the beginning. Popping back into band, college info, scholarship designation, how to get recruited. Boys, this was a great deal. Let's go.
Let's go.
Woo! Woo. Let's go.
Let us go.
Let's go. Thank you guys. Everyone in the comments below, say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Get out. One thing I like to do when I close meetings on the band app is send a little recap photo. In this case, it's just me and B-Rob. Boom. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was one of the most informative edits we've done all year. If you have a question on the recruiting process, comment below. Special shout out to Band for helping us organize this team meeting, and I've got a special offer for you. Here's the big giveaway. This band app, it's not just for companies like ours. It's for sporting organizations and teams. So if you're a team out there and you download the band app, we have a link in our description. You register your team, you're gonna be eligible to win up to $250,000 in scholarship money. That can go to your equipment, that can go to your team travel, and it can go to recruiting videos. Do it.